Today I want to show you a little trick I've learned to smooth out rocks to fill in any holes and cracks so they're nice and smooth for painting. So I'm going to use Dry Deck Spackling. It's a drywall compound that I am just going to use on the rocks, and it is just going to fill in any holes and cracks that are in the rocks. And what I do is I just gently place this on the stone. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting it in every little hole and crack that I can fill, make sure it's nice and smooth. I just kind of take my time, keep rubbing my fingers over it to kind of make sure. And then once I got it all, I use the palm of my hand to wipe off the excess, because after this dries, I'm going to have to sand it. So the more I wipe off now, the better. Less work for later. In this one, you can see that there's some pretty deep holes right here. So I'm going to make sure that I get a lot of this spackle in there. I'm going to go at it at different angles just to kind of make sure that I get as much of it in there as I possibly can. I was trying to reuse some of the spackle that was already on the palm of my hand, so I'm not wasting so much. And yeah, once I get it in those holes, I just cover the entire stone, and I'm just going to do the same process again. This gets a little messy, as you can see, but I find doing it with my hands to be the easiest way, because you can see now I'm rubbing my thumb and fingers across the stone, just making sure that there's no other holes or areas that I need to fill. And yeah, so once the spackle turns from pink to white, you know it is dry and it's ready to sand. So I just have a little sanding block, and I just gently go around and I just sand off any excess spackle. I usually do this outside. I just did this one inside to kind of show you guys, and then I took the rest outside to do. I also wear a mask so I'm not breathing in the particles. At this point, I also run my hand across the stone several times to make sure that there's no areas that I need to add more to, and repeat the process on. But these were all good. So what I do next is I take a damp, not wet, but just a lightly damp paper towel and wipe off all the dust from the sanding. And now you can see exactly where the spackle ended up and all the different holes and cracks into the stones. I have done this from several years with my rocks, and I haven't had any issues doing it this way. And I've just kind of become addicted to having a smoother surface to paint on. Sometimes I like to leave them natural, but in this case, you can see that these had a lot of different areas that needed to be filled. So I'll end up letting these dry for a couple of days, and then they will be ready to paint. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below, and please subscribe. Thanks, guys.